With the theme, International Trends in Elective Systems, the conversations of the day revolved around elections and the systems therein. Siaya County Senator James Orengo went ahead to point out an economy only thrives when the politics of accountability is practiced.
Look at the Asian tigers, including South Korea, including Singapore, including Malaysia. The confidence has come about with good electoral practices. You have countries with a lot of resources, with a lot of capacity. They start very well, but because they are not able to hold regular elections, free and fair elections, those tend to affect the performance of countries like those. And if you look at South Korea now and during the period of authoritarianism, there's a great change, and nobody would want to go back there. That in South Korea, you can be in State House today and tomorrow you're in jail. That's how efficient it is.
Electoral democracy.
Besides having disputed elections every electioneering period, Makueni Senator Mutula Kilonzo went ahead to say Kenya has the most expensive elections in the world.
It was very curious when I was collecting my clearance from the police. This is what they told me. We have fingerprints for all Kenyans since 1963. So why do we then have to purchase equipment, very expensive, only to identify Kenyans? Yet those identities are there. Our elections are the most expensive in the world. $25 per person. I'm told that's actually more. Chebukati corrected me a few days ago. India is $1, Brazil is $1, Tanzania $4, Rwanda $4. A very expensive election.
Given by people like you and you.
He further added that as a way forward, punishments needs to be introduced for those who commit electoral offences, bearing in mind the cost implications of the exercise.
But we must begin to punish people who cause electoral offences. I was disappointed by the Supreme Court actually to return us to a repeat presidential election and then find no fault in anybody. It's like we're having a draw. Let's go for penalties. We don't know who won. It's a contradiction. So we cannot interrogate what exactly went wrong because the Supreme Court found nobody culpable. But we did a good election offences chapter. It should be an offence to interfere with an election for. We should jail people the way we are jailing whoever we are jailing for corruption. We jail people for election offences. Maybe then we can improve this country.
Now to Senate. I think we have a problem.
Totally disregarding some calls that were made during the conference of disbanding the IEBC, Dr. Ekuru Aukot, former presidential candidate 2017, said the only long-term solution is working on improving the state of electoral democracy.
I think first and foremost is independence of the electoral management bodies themselves. We should give them the utmost respect, should make them independent. The manner in which we appoint these people, they just staying away from interfering with them. For me, that's a longer, because you cannot talk about an electoral management process, electoral democracy, without identifying with an electoral management body that is independent, that has got its own capacity, that is left to do its work as it should, like a referee. So for me, I think that's number one. Number two, we really need to remove political interferences from the electoral management body. For me, I think if you look at the history of our IEBC, for example, or the others, there has always been political interference. For example, even for the last 10 years, right from 1997, the IPPG to the brokering of the others. So political interference is a key issue. So we need to bring discipline in the way we do our politics. Who are these people who are actually doing politics, and what is their interest? A long-lasting solution is us Kenyans changing our attitudes and mannerisms on how we do election, because the product of the leadership, the leadership that today is actually a factor of us, the electorate. So we need to go into issue-based politics. If we go into issue-based politics, bring discipline and encourage succession planning into politics, then it's possible to actually nurture our electoral processes.
Politics has over the years proven to be an integral part of the Kenyan people. Proper systems and structures need to be put in place to ensure politics spur economic growth in the long run.
When you're talking about electoral democracy,